Hello. Hello. Thanks for stopping by. Hello and welcome to Talkin Baseball. Players are going to get talked about that are all on the team because it's a team profile and projection for the Oakland A's.
And this Oakland A's TPP is brought to you by SeatGeek. Code Talkin, $20 off your first order. And we recorded this before Irvin got traded. So anything we say about him, eliminated. Go A's.
Literally right before he got traded.
Jake, these guys actually added way more than you would think they added this offseason. Can you update the people at home? If you are an A's fan, you know more about your team than we do. Maybe even if you're just an AL West fan, you may be more tapped in than us and our damn East Coast bias. But Jake, what did they do?
I think I've got a little surprise this episode because Trev loved his Nats. I'm kind of digging these A's. They brought in Jace Peterson, who is just racking up WAR for the Brew Crew the past couple seasons. Aledmys Diaz maybe getting some run. Our guy Trevor May heading out to Oakland, locking it down in the pen, trying to get traded. Shintari Fujinami. Trev's got the whole scouting report on him as he comes over from overseas with Drew Ruchinski, who should be in the rotation. Our guy Jesus Aguilar, always having fun, sometimes hitting baseballs. Manny Pena, Kyle Mueller. They had the big trade. Sean Murphy, Esteury Ruiz. He'll be playing in Tyler Wade, looking hot for those A's. Like I mentioned, Sean Murphy is out. The top 5 MLB catcher. He's going over to Atlanta. That'll be a change. That'll be nice booty on him. That'll be a big loss for them. Joel Piamps was in that trade. Stephen Vogt retired. We hate that. Chad Pinder and Jed Lowry? What? Losing all their hot boys. I guess that's why they brought in Tyler Wade. Trev, can you tell me what's going on with this Oakland A's lineup?
I'm trying to get down with you, Jake. I'm trying to get down with you and be positive here. And some of these guys I do like. We'll start off at the top. Tony Kemp, we love him.
Ooh.
He'll be at second base. Ramon Laureano will be roaming the outfield. Seth Brown, he's been hitting some bombs over the last couple of years. They bring in Jesus Aguilar, Jace Peterson, like you mentioned. And then what I read was a poor man's JT Realmuto. And I think that's a big compliment. Shea Langeliers will be behind the plate. Aledmys Diaz, Nick Allen is slotted in at the shortstop position. And then, like you mentioned, Esteury Ruiz will be in the outfield as well. The bench, Ryan Noda, he's a left-handed hitter. First baseman, outfield. Christian Pache, they got him from the Braves as well, former big prospect with them. See if he can kind of figure some things out. Manny Pena came over from the Braves as well, I believe. Or is that the Brewers? I don't know. He came over in a trade. He'll be a backup catcher. Then Kevin Smith, another utility dude in that lineup. James, how's that rotation looking?
Well, there's some names. You got Swerve and Irvin. You got Paul Blackburn.
Yeah.
You got James Kaprelian, who's had some good stints. They got Shintaro Fujinami, who Jake said in the rotation, which is a really puzzling move. I just read about him. And Drew Rucinski. But they got Waldichuk, Sears, a whole slew of Yankees prospects that have been traded their way with Waldichuk, Sears, and Cap. So hopefully those guys are fun. And Trevor Mays in the bullpen, AJ Puck, Adam Oller, that's a good game. Domingo Acevedo, if you're looking to break your wrist. Kirby Sneed, gross name. Sounds like a sneeze. Yeah, that's that. Jake, you like them or you just like them more than the Nats?
Here's why I like them, and Jim, you mentioned it, and I think it's where I can bring you in a little bit. They have some pitching depth. Like Cole Irvin, Paul Blackburn, and James Kaprelian are guys who have made MLB starts, are going to give you an effort. And then, like you said, well, Fujinami, again, we're waiting for Trev's full scouting report, and Ruchinski, I just have no idea what you're going to get there. But J.P. Sears pitched a little bit last year in the MLB level, and I don't know what he is. But they also got Kyle Mueller in that Braves trade. Like, Waldichuk is he's now a top 100 prospect. He's going to pitch this year. He was a fast climber in the minors. Like, they have guys. They have young guys. They're obviously not all going to click. But pitching-wise, I think they're going to be able to give guys opportunity, and a couple are. Like, I think the Oakland A's are sneaky going to be able to pitch a little bit, and we see this even from bad Oakland A's teams, between the foul territory and what they can tap into. I also like some of the defense, so I think these Oakland A's, I think they're going to have a couple weeks where the pitching and defense overcomes what is a bad offense.
And you're right. I'll give you the scouting report on Fuji right now.
Okay.
At one point in Japan, he was, like a Yu Darvish, like a Shohei, like he was dominating like that. He's had a few injuries, and he's kind of later in the career. He was actually posted, but what's interesting is it's only a 1-year deal.
Yeah, and he's been in.
They post and come over.
He's been sent down to the minors all of the last 4 seasons in the middle of, like, he's been bouncing up and down. And
I'd love to see what he can do over here. See if he's going to bring that splitter over here. You kind of never know what you're going to get when guys come over from different leagues. And I'm excited to see him. I think, if you're sliding this guy in, he's not going to throw 200 innings for you. That's just not the kind of pitcher he is. You're looking to, put him in the back of the rotation. I don't know if he's going to be a 5 and dive type guy. We're going to see. But I think that he has some swing and miss stuff. And when you have a splitter like that, you just don't see that too often in the big league. So that could be a good weapon for him over here.
I do like splitters. His control is a bit not there.
Yes.
I mean, I know we're doing baseball team stuff, but the big storyline here is the team, not the game, but the team and the city. Manfred has come out and said this is a crucial year for the future of baseball in Oakland. He wants them to go to Las Vegas. There's a decision to be made next January if they're going to stay or go. Oakland got a federal grant of like $200-something million they could have put towards the stadium, and they chose not to. Fisher said he would build a stadium himself, and the city is not like making it easy. Vegas is saying we're just waiting on Oakland to come. And last year they were the only team with less than 10,000 fans per game, because Oakland has kind of stopped really trying to get fans there and promoting and pushing it because of that. And they're literally a team that's playing, that fans were showing up in spite of the ownership. It's like Major League. Their goal is to prove no one's coming to games and baseball in Oakland's dead, and we need to be in Vegas. And that's why they are just fielding the cheapest team possible, albeit smartly. Like, they have some good players. They've made some moves where you're like, damn, I wish some other teams pick these guys up that are like trying to actually like really, really compete. They could be like the Guardians where they win and ruffle some feathers. But the big real storyline is this could be the last year of the Oakland A's, a once very, very proud franchise with a lot of nice banners.
So this is essentially the script to Major League. That's what we're going through in 2023 with the Oakland A's.
Yeah. Except they're not signing prisoners and Jake Taylor from the Mexican League. But they did just pick up a Japanese guy who was in the minors in Japan last year.
$40 million payroll. That's $100 million less than the league average. Obviously, our boy Steve is getting that average up, and Seidler down in San Diego. But yeah, look, Jake, you got to explain to us why you're so high on this team. I guess you said the pitching, they can toss it a little bit. I don't know where the offense is going to go. Last year, we had them down at the bottoms, an average, worst team in the big leagues. On base percentage, OPS, worst team in the big leagues. Runs, 29th in the big leagues.
Let's go. Yeah, I guess here's my thing. I think they're going to be able to pitch enough certain days. I don't know who it is, but they have, like I said, a couple of MLB guys that have now done it for a couple years. If any of them can take a baby step up, that'd be nice. There's a ton of young guys that they're going to get opportunities. And like you mentioned with Fuji, our guy, he doesn't seem like an every fifth day guy. A lot of the guys when they come from overseas aren't, which just played into my theory that, especially the Oakland A's riding the bus and sending guys down. You might see like almost a rolling 6-man or something like that. And again, I think they're going to be able to tap into something there. I don't know who or what yet, but I think they will. And then I guess the other thing that's fun for me is...
this is really like the indie. They got the guy from the KBO too. They're
yeah.
just like getting guys from random places.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Asturi Ruiz, go check out that guy's minor league stats. He's an electric factory, and that's the other thing that I guess is tipping me over on this is that at catcher, shortstop, and center field, a little up the middle, hey, how are you? They got the kids. They got Lane Juliers, Nick Allen. Me and Nick Allen, we wouldn't be able to get into a nightclub. We both look 17. Esteury Ruiz, he's projected for 34 swipes this year. Like, at the fun positions for me, they've got some kids out there. They're going to be able to pitch. And I think that pitching and defense with a couple of the vets up top, I think they're going to run into like a couple winning weeks that you're like, all right, the A's are pests again. And you know, if this is the script for Major League, you bring in one or two other guys and they're probably competing for the West.
We just need to send them a cardboard cutout of the owner.
In the movie, okay.
In the movie, they're competing for the West.
Okay.
Did you say because it was your fun fact last year, weren't there more cats in attendance than humans?
At times, yeah.
Yeah.
Certain games.
You can't blame
That's
any
not a joke.
Oakland
There was a
A's
game.
fans for this
And we're
at
not.
all.
No, I'm not. I love Oakland A's fans.
Yeah.
They're the ones
They're
that
awesome.
they're really diehard fans. They throughout. I don't like Oakland fans that defend the Coliseum because they're just crazy. It's an awful place, but it's a good environment.
It's pretty bad.
No, it'd be like you just never been to another stadium. That's what I always ask is, have you been to another one?
Yeah.
But the fans that show up are diehards.
DraftKings
they want
has it
out.
at 60.5. Over under. On 3. You ready?
I don't know if I'm ready, Trev.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let me look at the prospects a little bit. Jim's Luis Medina might get a look this year.
What does that put him at? 101.5 losses?
Everyone plays everyone this year, huh?
Everyone plays
Because usually we like to go see,
edge.
like, who are they playing from the National League? What teams do they get? They get the East. That's tough. But now everyone plays everyone. That's cool.
And who's getting traded from them this year? It'll be Trevor May at the deadline.
Yeah, that's
Jesus
always a good thing we
Aguilar.
have to look at with them. I mean, Jace Peterson can be moved.
Irvin, Caprillion, Blackburn, one of them maybe.
Yeah, name all of them. They can't
Fujinami,
be traded.
everyone.
That's what the Oakland A's have done.
They have there's only
Seth
two.
Brown.
There's only two players
Brown,
with guaranteed
Lefty
money.
Pop.
Loriano maybe this year. Kemp, like
That has to be the least, right? They have two players guaranteed contracts for 2024. Diaz and Peterson. Two.
Did
And
we
I mean-
mention that Billy Bean is finally out of there and he's doing soccer now?
you're big on that.
I am big on that. It's very interesting to me, like transitioning. I guess he was very passionate about soccer and decided to leave.
I
He's
mean, other
out.
people caught on base percentage, so he had to
Yeah.
find something new.
And yeah, in a final touch of irony, they were last in on base percentage last year, and the projected on base percentages this year do not look pretty in Oakland.
Was Moneyball successful on 3? 1, 2, 3.
No.
No.
Oh yeah, me neither.
No.
Although he signed me, so
Good,
what's
good
up?
pitching
baby?
is successful.
Good pitching and MVP
That's
shortstop.
true. That's true.
They've somehow left that out of the movie.
To how do they come? To how do they fall? 60 wins or 60 and a half?
60.5. So they got to get 61.
I mean, I
That's how it
think I'd
works.
take
They
the
won
over,
They
man.
won 60
That's
last
really
year.
low.
The Rangers should be better. The Angels are the Angels. Houston is Houston, and Seattle.
That's true, Jake. What you just
Thank
said.
you.
Seattle is Seattle.
Thank you. I said Houston is Houston too.
Stephen Vogt is a coach with the Mariners.
Mariners.
That's a huge loss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
He knows all the secrets
The
too
team-
of the Coliseum.
is one. That's going to be a major loss if they lose to the team, and then Vogt too.
Steven Piscotty's gone.
I think I'm taking the over just because that's so low.
It's low.
I'll go under. I think. Yeah.
How many
thinking,
50 team wins did we have last year? Just one, right? There can't be two teams that don't break 60.
I think there could be.
This division.
And I
really
was over
beefed
on the
up.
Nationals too.
Nationals the only team last year to not break.
They didn't get to 60, and they were 5 under. So
There's only one team that didn't break 60 last year. Nationals. That's real low.
Let's see.
Because you don't. Well, this one is one of the teams like intentionally like tanking. So
Yeah. God.
I'm going over 61 wins.
Trev?
And Oakland was
I went
tanking
under.
last year. They were punished in the lottery. Dropped 4 spots.
Billy Bean's gone. Everyone knows he was the reason for their success, so he's out. I'm kidding, people. I'm kidding. Don't clip that. I'm joking about that.
You know what? I'll go over. I think, God, that division got even better.
Less games against them.
Nice spin, Jim. Over 62 wins.
In 2021, 2 teams had under 60 wins. So, all right. There you go. That's the A's. Tell us what we missed. Kyle Muller. You upset we didn't talk about him?
You mentioned him.
Yeah, a little bit.
He'll get a
Re-sign
chance.
Chad
First top
Pinder.
prospect in that trade.
He'll get a chance. Pache was bad last year. Come back.
They kind of gave up on him, Mystery.
Yeah. Good defensive outfield. Asturi, Pache, and Ramon.